Lola was a little Havanese, very similar to this one, about 13 pounds at the most. And when I took her to the park, she had fun. She's an incredibly affectionate dog. So she was running and playing and having a really good time. And we were getting ready to leave. So I took her over to the water area and I just snapped her leash on so that we could go. And I noticed that there were some really big dogs that were coming around. And I thought, no big deal. I was just going to pick her up anyway. I bent down to pick her up, and as I went to pick her up, a bull mastiff came from behind me and grabbed her in the belly. And over what seemed to be an incredibly long period of time, mauled her to death. I held her as she died in my arms. Our grief was so compelling and overwhelming. I couldn't imagine anybody else going through something like this. It seemed to me that there needed to be some kind of segregation between sizes.
Just about everybody is putting in dog parks, and they're putting them in so that they divide them with small dog and large dog. The proposal basically states that we're going to have a small dog park of a size large enough to accommodate, 20 to 30 dogs at a time. So not too big, not too small.
I think that it's definitely a good idea to have a dog park for small dogs because, well, especially having a dog that has been killed by a larger dog, it just makes it simpler, and all they really need to do is just put a fence up through a regular dog park. No matter what, there's instinct with dogs that they don't really know how to control. I mean, it's just what they have always been bred to do is survival of the fittest.
We will be getting back to them with the results of our discussion about their proposal with kind of pros and cons, what we looked at, what options we considered, and what we'd recommend. There isn't funding to build a new dog park. I mean, honestly, there's not funding to do much of anything in terms of building new things now. It's very directly related to the state of the economy.
We will need people to step forward to help us find funding for the project. The city, frankly, is broke. We know that. The more we get this out there, the more support we'll get for it.
Once we know the where and we know the design, then we can get really specific about what the costs are to construct whatever that is. There are options. There are things that we will be able to approve to allow them to move forward.
He was getting beat up in there a little bit, so I don't know. I think it'd be kind of a cool idea. I think some of the bigger dogs would be left out, though.
If they don't like their dogs being run over by big ones, it's probably a good idea. I see them here once in a while getting stepped on and whatnot.
We're not fixated on any one location. We just want to see the park happen.
I think we are going to have 2 or more small dog parks in the city of Eugene before too long. I just think that's something that needs to happen in the community. There's clearly support for it. The big question is, how do we fund the construction that needs to happen, and how do we fund the maintenance of those?
This is Trinket, and when you look at that face, you know, sweetheart, that she needs protecting. She needs her own space where she can run with the small dogs.
They need to be playing this summer. No question about it. The dogs should be, there should be the puppy party in the summer.